What exactly does the off-road package in the Ram 1500 really give you? Is it worth it, or is it just a gimmick with a fancy sticker? We're about to find out. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Once again, we are this Ram 1500, the Bighorn, nice looking truck. But wouldn't you know it comes with the off-road package. And well, I just had to make a shorter video talking about what exactly the off-road package is and whether or not it's worth the extra $840 or so it costs to order it with your Ram 1500. So that's what we're doing today. So without beating around the bush, this off-road package is 1000% worth the money, and it would be probably the first upgrade I would do if I was going to be building a truck like this. The 4th gen Ram 1500s were great, but almost all of them came with open rear differentials. The exception was the Outdoorsman came with a limited slip. You could order them with limited slip differentials, but if you didn't, you always had that open differential, which is just not the greatest. And that is without a doubt the biggest upgrade with this off-road package. You get an electronic locking rear differential. I cannot tell you when I owned my 4th gen Ram how much I wished I had a locking differential. You know, when I was driving in the snow, going off-road with an open differential, it just makes things really tricky. And even in 4-wheel drive in the snow off-road, I was never really that comfortable because two open differentials, you can get hung up really quick, and it's just tough to get out. So this upgrade, having an electronic rear locking differential, is worth the $840, every penny of it, in my opinion, without even going further into what this package includes. Well, there you go. Now, the second upgrade, and I just found about this today, is that with the off-road package, this truck gets a 1-inch lift, just like the Rebel does, which is very interesting. I like that a lot. It is gonna give you a little bit of ground clearance, but realistically, I like this more because it just gives the truck a really nice stance. I like the way the truck looks with that 1-inch lift, and at the end of the day, you are gonna get some performance in ground clearance. So that is another really nice touch to this off-road package. Now, thirdly, you'll also be getting a couple of skid plates. You get a nice big fuel tank skid plate, you'll get a transfer case skid plate, as well as a skid plate up front. I believe it's the rear differential slash steering gear skid plate. So some nice armor under the truck. If you do happen to go and scrape up the underside, you should be protected. Another nice upgrade is the tires. You're gonna get some Falcon Wild Peak Allterrain tires. Really nice upgrade over the factory slicks, and these things actually look to be somewhat pretty meaty, pretty grippy, to be honest, which is nice. The other really nice thing about this is you're gonna get a full-size spare. The standard Ram 1500 spare tire is just like a little donut, and I personally have been up like 20-30 kilometers up a trail, and I popped one of my tires and I had to ride down on that little tiny donut. It's a little sketchy, so it is nice that with the off-road package, you're gonna get a full-size all-terrain spare tire. So if you do pop a tire, not a big deal, pop the spare on and you're still good to go. Now, lastly, in terms of mechanical gear, you're gonna get some upgraded off-road shocks all the way around. It's gonna be a little bit of a stiffer ride, but those shocks can take a bit more of a beating if you are going off-road and, you know, giving this thing a good run for its money. The other thing, as you can see right behind me, you're gonna get some tow hooks on here, which are always great if you need them. Now, along with the mechanical upgrades, you're gonna get a couple electronic upgrades. The first one is the hill descent, or I believe Ram calls it the hill assist. Basically, you gotta be in 4-wheel drive low, and the truck will just take over control and it'll slowly walk you down a very steep, slippery incline. I've used it a couple times on my Power Wagon. It actually works really, really well, but usually I just like to go down the hill myself. The other electronic upgrade is you're gonna get some more off-road information on the dash there. I believe Ram calls it the off-road pages. It's just gonna give you some additional information like approach angle, elevation, and just some cool stuff to kind of tinker around with when you're on the trail. Now, lastly and most critically are these fancy dancy off-road stickers. This lets all the boys know that you have upgraded to the off-road package and you're ready to rock off-road with the best of them. But in all seriousness, I actually don't mind these stickers. I think they're actually a really nice little touch to the truck. And it does just add a little bit of character to the rear end here, which I generally like. So to summarize, you get a 1-inch lift all the way around, you get upgraded shocks all the way around, you get an electronic rear locking differential, which is the crown jewel of this upgrade. You get some upgraded all-terrain tires, which is a really nice bonus, as well as that full-size spare. Don't forget about that. You're gonna get hill assist, you're gonna get some off-road pages. What am I forgetting? Skid plates. You're gonna get some really nice skid plates underneath the truck. It's gonna protect it a lot. And like we said, absolutely most importantly, those fancy stickers. So this off-road package seems like an absolute steal in my opinion. And for $840, it seems like a no-brainer. I guess there would be a couple downsides. Number one would be fuel economy. You got some more aggressive tires, so that will sort of affect your fuel economy. The truck is going to be slightly higher, so your aerodynamics will be slightly affected. That also will affect fuel economy. So you might see a slight drop in fuel economy, but I think most people won't even notice it. Other thing is the off-road shocks. They're a little bit stiffer. It could give you a stiffer ride. So those are some potential downsides, but I mean, the upside of having all these features, I think, greatly outweighs those potential downsides. Another thing that I found interesting just going through the upgraded components, I was like, what does the Rebel have that this off-road package doesn't? And there's not much. So the first thing is the gearing. The Rebel comes with 392 gears, which are advantageous for off-road for a number of reasons, but the off-road package does not come with those upgraded gears. The other thing that I could think of is that the Rebel does come with some more aggressive tires. You're gonna get better off-road performance with those Wrangler DuraTrack tires it comes with, but there's no reason why you couldn't order this Bighorn with the 392 gears and the off-road package. And so that would really only leave the tires being the difference between, you know, this truck and the Rebel in terms of purely like off-road capabilities. So that is interesting. It's kind of like this is the poor man's Ram Rebel without all the fancy badging that goes with it. Shockingly, I missed something. The Ram Rebel comes with the true locking transfer case, which is very critical if you are actually going seriously off-road. You need that true locking transfer case. It makes a big difference. This truck right behind me just has the clutch back transfer case. Still great in most applications, but you would ideally want that BW4445 transfer case that the Rebel comes with. I think you can order it with this truck. I'm not 100% sure, but that is another difference. Anyways, guys, that is the off-road package. Let me know what you think, if you have one, if you thought about ordering one. Always curious what you guys have to say. But if you did like the video, don't forget to leave that thumbs up. And if you like cool stuff like this, don't forget to subscribe because, well, we got lots of trucks planned and lots of cool stuff planned for the channel. And we'd love to have you guys on board. Anyways, enough of me. We'll see you in the next freaking video.